Monday, March 25th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. A lot to discuss. Let's get right into it. First of all, there is a look at Banner Elk during the 5 o'clock hour this morning. Fresh coating of snow. You look there on the trees and the ground on the sides of the roadway there, and snow on the ground. And we're going to continue to see snow in the mountains in many spots today and into tomorrow. And in some spots, it'll linger on into parts of Wednesday. There's snowy period continuing, even though we're in late March. Look at the chilly high temperatures from yesterday. 43, the best Greensboro and Raleigh could do. 44 yesterday's high. These are Sunday's highs in Charlotte. 50 in Columbia. A little bit warmer by the time you got down toward Charleston at 63. Currently holding just above freezing in Greensboro. Boone's at 30. 36 degrees in Raleigh, 39 in Charlotte. And this wedge has been with us. Will finally get eroded away this morning, but it's still going to be a chilly period really all week long. Not a whole lot to focus in on here on the radar imagery. Some showers out there, a lot of drizzle and mist, even some snowflakes overnight in parts of the northern Piedmont and the northern foothills areas, and certainly the snow continuing in the mountains. But I wanted to run down some impressive rain totals over the past 48 hours. This has been a moisture-charged system. Look at some of these totals down in parts of the Florida Panhandle and South Georgia. Several spots between 5 and 7 inches of rain down that way. Some big rain totals. Further to the north, when you got up toward Georgia, northern Georgia, and into South Carolina, a lot of 2, 3, 4-inch totals in that part of the country. Around the Charlotte metro, a lot of folks between a half and 1 inch of rain. Now you get into the blue shades, that's where there was less than a half of an inch. And then up toward the Triad area, the big winners were the Virginia border areas, over 1.5 inches of rain in parts of Surrey and Stokes County, and the Triad itself between a half and 3/4 of an inch or so of rain. Again, when you get to the blue shades, that was where lighter rain totals occurred. Over toward the Triangle region, generally less than a half of an inch in most locations over that way. Now, here's the radar this morning. You're looking at a lot of snow still flying over Tennessee and Kentucky, just pounding into the mountains. And this snowstorm continues up into the Virginias as well. Our nation's capital seeing some pretty heavy snow at the moment. And you go up from there into much of Pennsylvania, northeastern Ohio, all seeing some snow. And this is just a big late March winter storm that continues to crank. Now here's what it looks like on the surface map. The low pressure you see over West Virginia falling apart. The coastal low is taking over. The snow will continue in the mountains today, and you'll notice the snow largely continues on into tomorrow as well as this chilly air mass settles on in. And a lot of below average temperatures coming. Here's some snow totals from the RPM model. Now again, this is additional snow on top of what has already occurred. This is not total amounts. This is from here forward. And you notice the snow continuing even on up to the mid-Atlantic region with this system too. For that reason, a lot of winter storm warnings up for the North Carolina mountains and into the mountains and even out of the mountains in parts of Virginia. So certainly an impressive late March winter storm. A lot of cold air spilling across much of the country. Dallas is even at 34. You have Denver at 12, Boise at 33. So a lot of folks with some below average temperatures. So on to the modeling here. Here's the European upper air chart, upper level low rather, moving through the Virginias. This is valid early this afternoon. And there's a little trailing piece of energy here, right here over the plain states. That will pivot eastward and will move overhead tomorrow. So both in terms of the Piedmont zones, today and tomorrow, a couple isolated showers are going to be a possibility. And I think tomorrow morning especially, there could be a few snow showers involved in some spots. Not a big deal once you get outside of the mountains, but don't be shocked if you see a few additional snowflakes at times here over parts of the Piedmont with this upper level energy moving on through. What it looks like at the surface here, this is the European this afternoon. All that snow continuing mountains and westward, and occasionally a couple of those showers trying to break containment over the mountains and down into the lower elevations. And as I mentioned, tomorrow there's your chance of some of those snow showers pivoting through with that trailing piece of upper level energy. A lot of chilly weather. This is all the way out to Wednesday, and we continue to see cool air. And then finally, this is all the way out to Saturday. And that's your 540 thickness line still draped across North Carolina on the European. So a lot of below average temperatures continuing throughout the week. So again, if you're wanting sustained spring-like warmth, as I've been mentioning for a while, you are going to have to wait until April as the cold weather continues well below average temperatures for the rest of the month.